Aloha and Like Flynn viewers, welcome back to the screening room. Today we are going to be chatting about Horizon and American Saga. How bad Chapter 1 is, Kevin Costner, and should they continue making these movies? Stay tuned. Horizon slipped through the cracks for me. I never got a chance to go see it in theaters. I was extremely disappointed because I am a huge fan of Western films and I am a big fan of Kevin Costner. No matter what genre he does, I feel like he's a great actor and I feel like usually whatever he does, he knocks it out of the park. So when it dropped on streaming on Max, I was excited. I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit down in the screening room. I'm going to finally watch this movie. It can't be as bad as everyone is saying, right? Right? Oh my gosh, it was worse. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this movie. I sat there the whole time just saying, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. They're going to set me up for Chapter 2. It's going to get better. Unfortunately, what I ended up getting was just a heartless, lackluster movie that drug on for 3 hours and made me not interested whatsoever in going to see Chapter 2. I can totally see why they pulled Chapter 2 and are saving it for a later date, hoping people see this on streaming. You can watch it for free right now on Max. But I'm going to tell you, I think you should save your 3 hours. Horrible character development. I can tell you in this movie, the characters I cared most about were gone in the first 30 minutes. Absurd storytelling. I'm not even sure if there's maybe time jumps in this movie. The plot is just so absurd and ridiculous, and it's just jumping all over the place. And then it's taking itself too seriously. The movie just thinks that it's this epic Western, and it tries to have these 1,000-yard gazes and these epic shots that don't really set up anything. Kevin Costner, who directed this film, invested $38 million of his own money, basically sets himself up as a side character. He doesn't even come in until at least, I want to say, after 1/3 of the movie is over, and he basically just relegates himself to nothing more than a side character that you don't care a whole lot about, unfortunately. I mean, his storyline revolves around coming into a town and just wanting to get a letter back to someone, and through an unfortunate turn of events, meets basically like a hooker, and he's encouraged to go meet her in the evening. And as he goes up there, there's a separate storyline with why these gang of guys are looking for this woman, and I mean, I want to keep this spoiler free just in case you do watch it. But basically, he ends up having an altercation with one of these brothers, and I guess that's where his story is going. He's now kind of on the run with this hooker. But the storytelling makes zero sense. There's zero character building. I mean, realistically, I couldn't tell you more than a handful of things about a number of characters. And there are some great cast in here. So here's some of the talent that's wasted here. Because there's so many, I actually have to look at my phone. Normally I can do this off the top of my head. So you got Kevin Costner. Again, relegated nothing more than a side character. Abby Lee. She plays the hooker in the movie. And we don't even know if she's a hooker. It's alluded to that she's a hooker. But other than that, she just likes to sleep around. I mean, Kevin Costner literally is helping her and her baby escape from the situation and get away and help her. And then she just randomly sleeps with a dude, and you have no idea why. Kevin Costner gets her a tent, and then just in the next shot, she's sleeping with a dude, and you don't even know why. It's just some rando guy. Sienna Miller, great actress. She probably has one of the better storylines in the movie with Sam Worthington's character. So yeah, you got Sam Worthington, Jamie Campbell, who we know from Stranger Things, great actor. He was okay-ish in the movie, but again, really bad writing forced him into a bad spot in this one. Jenna Malone, great actress. Michael Rooker. I love Michael Rooker, but he's adopted this really odd accent for the movie, which kind of took me out of the movie, to be honest. So not sure why he's rolling with the weird accent in this one. Danny Houston, Luke Wilson, Will Patton, Tom Sanders. Some of these we haven't even seen yet in the movie. They're already announced that they're doing Chapter 2 and that they're filming Chapters 3 and 4. Now, they lost a ton of money on Chapter 1. Should they keep even making these movies? I'm saying you cut your losses, man. I'm saying you shut down production, see what you could do, and piece together with what you've already filmed, because I have no desire. As a fan of Westerns and Kevin Costner, I have zero desire to go see this in the movies. And guess what? I can go to the movies basically for free with my AMC plan and go and see this movie, and I have no desire to want to go see it. I don't want to waste another 3 hours of my time. So Chapter 1, I'm giving that a 1 out of 5. Seriously, like 1 out of 5. There is zero way I would watch this film again. I think I would need to watch it again to maybe pick up some additional plot, but then at the same time, I really have zero desire to want to watch this movie again. It's horrible. It stinks. I mean, there are such absurd things that just pop out to any casual moviegoer that are ridiculous. So, like, for instance, there's an army of U.S. soldiers that's trekking out on the horizon, that's kind of guarding a little area of, I don't even know to tell you what state it is. But they're in the middle of the desert, they're riding around on horses, and in every shot, their uniforms are like pristine. No dirt, no dust. It's like they literally just came out of the wardrobe department and they put them on. So no thought went into like, hey, maybe these guys should look a little weathered. They are literally like soldiers that are going to battle with Indians and things like that. These are just some absurdities in the movie I'm throwing out here. There is another plot point with, like I said, the people who we care most about are dispatched in the first 20-some minutes of the movie. The movie starts out pretty good with a battle and some conflict between Indians and settlers. And the only problem I have with this one is, like, man, it really hypes up the whole, like, we hate Indians thing, which not very cool in this day and age, but they really played their hand there. So you felt for this one particular family. Unfortunately, Sienna Lee's character, 20 minutes later, like, she just lost her son, she just lost her husband, and then she's basically fallen in love with another dude, with Sam Worthington's character, and when an hour later, she's making out with him. She's literally flirting and making out with Sam Worthington's character. We don't even know that he was really interested in her. They didn't even play it up that well. And then, yeah, she's widowed, just lost her kid, and bam, she's off to the races with another dude. Like, ugh. And that's not her character. Like, her character is not fitting that bill at all. Then you've got her daughter who just randomly seems like she falls in love with these two soldiers that are going away to fight. And like, who are these guys? And she's like crying and bawling that they're going away. And you're like, wait, what? What just happened? It's just weird. And then you're like, oh, there's Jeff Fahey. What's he doing? What? Who's he double? What? Zero clue what is happening. That's why I'm not even sure there aren't time jumps in this movie. It's so all over the place. And it's like you just start to get some focus in one scene, then bam, you're somewhere else. And there's really no tie-ins, at least as of yet. You're sitting there like, how does this tie into this? How does this tie into this? No clue. So they already lost a ton of money on Chapter 1. Chapter 2 was supposed to already have dropped in August. That got pulled. They were hoping people saw it on streaming. They were hoping to make some money on streaming. I know a couple people that watched it. I am going to advocate that you don't. I'm going to advocate that you do not waste 3 hours of your time to watch this movie. When it's weird. When the end just kind of happened and they just start showing scenes for the next movie, that didn't even get me hyped. I'm sitting there like looking at it. I'm like, this looks horrible. Even the hype scenes for chapters 2 and 3 look terrible. I mean, I don't know. So what should they do? Realistically, I think they need to cut their losses. If they are in production right now, which I believe they are, they need to shut it down, salvage whatever footage they have. Or if you don't shut it down, you know what, just wrap it up. Quickly wrap it up, because unless Chapter 2 is the most epic Western of all time, you're not going to get people back in the theater. And even then, you should just probably release Chapter 2 straight to streaming and hope that you garner people's interest. Because maybe if you drop Chapter 2, that's the only way I'm probably going to watch Chapter 2, is if you drop it on streaming and I can just watch it when I want to from the comfort of my own home, down here in the screening room. And then maybe, just maybe, if Chapter 2 is epic enough, I will get my butt to theaters and go see Chapter 3. And that's what you're going to ask people to do. I mean, going to see a movie in my region here in Maryland, you're talking for a decent-sized theater in your Dolby or your IMAX, you're dropping about $27 to go see a movie now. That's not counting popcorn, drinks, snacks, any of that good stuff. $27, because I know that because we're going to the movies tonight to go see Beetlejuice. People aren't going to drop that for Chapter 2. So cut your losses. Either release Chapter 2 straight to streaming, or you leave it, put it in theaters, and don't waste much money on the marketing of it, because people aren't going to go see it. I hate to say it. I love Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner, dude, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I love you. You've made some epic films. Love you. Western, I'm a fan of Western films. I hope this doesn't kill the genre. But, dude, I can't believe how bad this movie was. I can honestly say that was one of the worst movies I have seen in a very long time. 1 out of 5 for me. And, yeah, I hate to say that. The best thing I can say is, yes, there's some shots that are framed well, that are visually stunning, that, sure, you want to see on a big screen. But that would be it. Directing was bad. Pacing was bad. Actors are wasted. I mean, I feel like some of the actors were trying to do the best they could with this clunker, and we're just lost. Lost along the way. It's sad. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm hoping Beetlejuice tonight knocks it out of the park. It's probably going to seem like a masterpiece compared to this clunker. All right. Well, aloha, everyone. Thank you for watching. Do not see Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1. Even though it is streaming right now, Max, save yourself 3 hours of your time. All right. Peace out, everyone. Aloha.